Hi guys, so you just got to love the pro-Tory, pro-Brexit newspaper, The Express. They're so desperate to find benefits of Brexit that they will resort to any length to achieve it. Now, this latest story is how increased sales of Scottish salmon is a, and I quote, victory for Brexit Britain. Of course, once you read into the details, the whole victory part falls to pieces. So let's have a look. So it says, can be proud, salmon exports rocket in victory for Brexit Britain after EU split. Statistics published by HMRC revealed 33,638 metric tons of whole fresh salmon were exported to the EU in the first 6 months of 2021. The data revealed the exports were worth 134 million after a challenging period which saw disruption to trade. Compared to 2020, total export volumes increased by 63%, whilst value increased by 42%. And then the rest of the article is an interview with the Chief Executive of the Scottish Salmon Producers Organisation. Now, 2020 raises a bit of a red flag with me because we shouldn't really compare anything to 2020. House prices, fuel prices, imports, exports, because something happened last year that disrupted trade somewhat. But because the Express want to spin this in some positive way, they're going to use 2020, of course. Now, I think it's probably better to look at 2019 instead. And this is from the Scottish Salmon Producers Organisation, and I'll leave a link, of course, in the description. But they say here, Scottish salmon exports hit a record high in 2019 compared to new figures released by the UK government's HMRC. With a value of 618 million, sales of salmon overseas increased by 22% in 2019 over the year before. The tonnage exported also increased by 26% to 94,000 tonnes. The number illustrated the growing global demand for high-quality fish produced in Scotland's unique marine environment by the country's salmon farmers. So, if we were comparing 618 million with 134 million. Now, of course, 134 million represents the first 6 months. But if we're to double it, we're still nowhere near 618 million. But what about 2020? So in 2020, it says from the same source, the worldwide COVID pandemic had a significant damaging effect on exports of Scottish salmon in 2020, according to new figures released. The official export statistics published by HMRC show that exports of Scottish salmon fell by 23% in 2020 to 72,000 tonnes compared to 2019. 94,000 tonnes were exported. Export sales of whole fresh salmon were down 168 million in 2020 to 451 million from 619 in 2019. Notice how they're using the same source, but they leave out the information about what it was in 2019. Now, sales are up in 2021. But how is this a benefit of Brexit? Now, it's important to remember, where does most of Scottish salmon go? So we can see here from the same source once again, France, USA and China are the top 3 markets of a total of 54 countries which imported Scottish salmon. For the third year running, France emerged as the largest market for Scottish salmon sales, worth 221 million, followed by the USA 179 and China 59 million. And this is from 2019. Now, the reason Scotland is able to export better, like salmon, for example, export their salmon better than maybe other producers of other types of fish, is that because they have been exporting around the world, they have experience with being treated as a sort of third country. What I mean by this is, for many producers of fish, for example, their main market was the European Union. And of course, you can see it here as well. But the Scottish export industry has a lot of experience with trading around the world. So completing paperwork documents in order to export the fish around the world is not something new to them. So when the UK when Great Britain, I should say, became a third country and all this new Brexit red tape came in, they were already prepared in a sense. They knew how to deal with this. So as 2021 came around, they were in a better position to export to the European Union. Now, of course, by being a third country, it makes it more difficult, it's more expensive, but they were able to adapt better. That's why sales are up. But sales were massively down in 2020, of course, because of the pandemic. And now that things have opened up again, things are improving. But this is not a benefit of Brexit. This is a benefit of companies being able to complete the paperwork. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?